Hey, welcome to a quick look at Majority Rules Battle Royale. So this is, if you ever played a game like this before, this is not a trivia game. We're going to ask some questions, but there is no right answer. Well, the right answer is actually determined by whatever the audience decides. So everyone's going to vote. Whichever option gets the most points, that will be the right answer because the majority rules. And then, but this isn't just Majority Rules. This is Majority Rules Battle Royale. So we got a fun twist at the end, so stick around for that. But for now, let me just jump in and show you kind of how this game's going to work. So I've got the full screen there. I've got a UI screen. We're going to talk through all that in a second. But for now, I'm just going to put in this like multi-display mode. So above me, you'll see the game screen. To the right of me or left of me, whichever one you're seeing, on that side of me, you'll see that's the actual UI that I'm controlling. I'm running this off of a laptop. I got my my MacBook here. Works on Mac or PC. But when you hook an HDMI cable up to this, I got my HDMI cable coming from here to the display behind me. Whenever you do that, you're going to want to connect all your hardware, then go into your computer's display preferences or display settings. And then you're going to either on a PC, you will turn on extended display, and on a Mac, you're going to turn off mirroring. They do the same thing, but what that does is it extends your desktop. And so now I've got, this is my one desktop, that's the other one. So on my UI here, if I click it off, click it back on again, you can see that's just my desktop. So it's just a secondary screen on this computer. Y'all got that? Okay. If you are doing this, if you have any tech support kind of questions for that, let us know. But we have an FAQ that has more about display settings and computer hardware settings. If you have that, just go to our website and click on the link above, FAQ. All right, so for majority rules, let's jump right in and kind of show you real quick what's going on. So in the UI here on the far left, we've got show logo. So whenever I click show logo, that's going to turn on some music. I've actually got the music turned down a little bit, but you can kind of hear some suspenseful music that you can use that music to kind of explain how the game works to your people. And you will say to your crowd, all right, to play this next game, we're going to use our phones and we're going to log into a website called ccg.buzz so you can play along. So everybody on your phones, go to ccg.buzz. And when you get there, you're going to see a game code. I can't see from here, but you're going to see a game code way up there. The game code is YQD2. Now that's just for this one I'm playing right now. That's not for all of them, but you'll generate your own right over here, and I'll show you how to do that a little bit later. So everyone, go there, type that in, type your name in, and then we will. Then that's how you'll play along. So if you're having any problems with that, have people try to either log out and log back in, or if they're having trouble, you can either try to jump on Wi-Fi or jump off Wi-Fi. Sometimes it's a router issue, hardware. Sometimes it's your cell network. So just try those things. It usually works out though. So good luck. So okay, so let's jump on in. So once we jump into this, we're going to, once everyone's logged in, hey, everyone feeling good out there? Everyone's logged in, fantastic. Let's play majority rules. So we're going to start majority rules by clicking that little button right there. And then what's going to happen, the way this game's going to work is I'm going to ask you guys a question. First question is, which is healthier? Now, there's no right answer here. You guys get to decide. And the faster you vote, the more points you're going to get if you are correct, if you're in the majority. So let's see what our choices are. The options are, which is healthier, tater tots or French fries? So let's start that vote. And I'm going to select, so on my phone, I selected tater tots. So you can see right there, that's what they're going to see. And then I've got this little tool that Brian built me that's going to let me submit other questions that populate the leaderboard, but that's for later on. So okay, so everyone's got their vote in. What do you guys think? Tater tots? Are you tater tot people? Oh, French fries completely, yeah, because they're a vegetable, right? Yeah. So well, let's see what everyone said. All right, only one person voted. That'd be me, and I was right, and so I got it. So let's head to the leaderboard and see what the results are. Now what's going to happen is if you've got 100 people playing along, the top 20 will go here into the leaderboard. And the more they vote, then the more points they're going to get, and they're going to want you to keep working that up the leaderboard. I'm turn this music down a little bit. It's for my benefit because I can't hear myself. Then when you're ready, you'll go to the next question. Now you'd keep playing this for multiple rounds and do lots of different. You could play this like these questions take about a minute per. It takes about a minute to play one question. So if you want to play for 20 minutes, you get 20 questions. If you want to play for 5 minutes, get five questions, and that's how you do it. But once you're about the halfway point, people have been working up that leaderboard. So the more they get, we're going to work up that leaderboard. So they want that number 1 spot. But what's going to happen is we're going to go into Battle Royale mode. Let me just show you what that's going to look like. Battle Royale mode. Are you guys ready? You guys been fighting for that top spot. Are you ready for Battle Royale? Here we go. Love that animation. So now, instead of 2 options, we're going to have 4 options. All right, so the next question is going to be, which weighs more? Now we got 4 options. Now, Battle Royale, the stakes have gone up a little bit. Before we were just going for points and trying to get as high up the leaderboard as possible. Now, if you select the question that gets the least amount of votes, you're going to be eliminated from the game. Well, you'll lose all your points. You have to fight your way back up to the top. You will be, we call it eliminated, but you're gonna lose all your points, and then you have to fight your way back up to the top. So if someone's in first place, you still got a chance to get back to first if you lose. But what this does is it gives people who are off the leaderboard at the very bottom, gives them a chance to get up to the top. So we think this will be a fun kind of way to, in the back half of this game to really get people engaged and pressing on. You'll also notice there was a music change, so there's a little bit, the suspense is kind of bumped up a little bit. All right, so let's show those choices now. So the choices are, which weighs more? The Empire State Building, an NFL football stadium, the Golden Gate Bridge, or the Eiffel Tower? So let's start the vote, and you'll see that now there's 4 options here. I'm gonna pick an NFL football team, and then on this guy over here, I'm just gonna submit a vote here. And so now what's going to happen is whoever's got the least amount of votes, they're going to be eliminated. They're going to be exploded off. So let me show you what that's going to look like. And hey, all right, NFL team, that's what I voted for. We're doing good. So let's head on over to the leaderboard. And what happens is here, if anyone was there, and the downside is the people who got eliminated were off of the leaderboard. I had too many people on here, but it's hard to say. But what would happen here is you'd see these explosions go across, and the questions would shuffle up. And so we would re-rank everyone and put whoever's got the highest rank would go to the top. If you got eliminated, you would lose your points and you would drop down to the bottom half of the leaderboard. So that's how the game works. And then what you do from here is you just click, once you play that a couple of times, you just hit the winner button, and whoever's at the top, all right, Eddie, 3,000 points. Good job, Eddie. You are today's winner. Okay, so that's a real quick explanation of the game. So I kind of showed you how, let me turn the music down here real quick. So I showed you how the regular majority rules works, and then I showed you how Battle Royale. If you're playing this for your game, I would play 5 questions of majority rules, and then do five questions of Battle Royale at the end. So that way, but as you play this, you can keep playing as long as you want, and you can keep on playing. So let me show you how you set all this up and how it all works. So I'm gonna switch over here to the UI for a second and just kind of show you a real quick look around. I showed you the on-off screen, and remember that will turn off that turns off the main screen. Let me go back here to the UI. Over here, what we've got is the game comes loaded with about 66 questions. And what we've done is if you're in Battle Royale mode, then you're going to see all 4 of these options show up. If you're in majority rules, you only see the first 2 options show up. So what we suggest is go ahead and make sure that all of your questions have all 4 answers. But if you're in majority rules, you're only going to see the first 2. What that allows you to do is that you can play as long as you want. It gives you a whole bunch of flexibility to keep on playing. So if you want to add anything, you can just hit add question, and you can type in your questions right here. Or if you want to delete one, you click delete. Zoom in here so you can see a little bit better. You can also open a file, and what these are doing, these are saved out to in the documents folder. The game makes a crowd control games folder and then majority rules. So what you can do is, I'm just going to jump out here. I'm going to do a save as, and I could call this, we'll call these like Wednesday night questions. I'm going to save it to my documents folder. That when I go to open a folder, you'll see that Wednesday night folder is right there. Ready to be used. So what you can do with that is, if you want to, you could have a bunch of different sets of things. You can have very specific questions for specific groups, or you can have a real big one that's just a free for all for everybody. So anyway, you can edit questions, import questions, and they are saved as .tsv file, which is a tab separated file. You can edit that inside like a Google Sheets. Some people want to edit them in Excel, but Excel adds a weird little thing that makes them act funny. So Google Sheets is a safer way to edit those files if you want to. You can actually edit these in a text editor. So if you just open up text editor, you can copy and paste and reorder these, but just make sure you don't mess up the formatting. If you get an extra tab in there, you'll see it'll show up here in one of these spots. Like if you can mess it up. So just watch your formatting. But if you see like part of your answer or part of your question down here in answer 1, you've accidentally got a tab in there. So just go over there and edit that if you need to. But as long as you do it here in the editor, you should be fine. Okay, enough with that. When you're done editing, you'll hit play, and that will reveal the game screen. When we first start, I'm going to hit reset game, because that will kind of bring us back to the starting point. Like when we started the game here, I hit show logo, then hit majority rules. So you can see all the buttons are just right here in a row. It's just you have next question, show answers, start vote. They're all right in order. Up here on the top, we got a fun little thing called keyboard shortcut. If I turn that on, now I can use keyboard shortcut to just trigger to whatever the next button would be. So now I'm gonna, I don't know if I can hit that and show you. If I hit the space bar, you can see it triggers the next button for me. The reason we do that is for people who are using like a Stream Deck, or if you want to use some affordable buzzer things, that allows you to program this button so you can do it kind of remotely if you need to. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it probably doesn't matter to you. But if the Stream Deck people, I know you're out there, you're gonna love this. All right, so then once you hit show, you'll see them. When you hit show question, it'll show the next question. And on the left, it even shows you, this is a number 1 of 66. So that's super helpful. So that way you can actually, if you know where you are, so you know if like a question 6 is where you want to go into majority rules or to the battle royale, you can kind of see it there and play along, or play in your game a little bit. All right, so once you hit show choices, you'll see the 2 things will pop up there. It gives you time to kind of talk about it. From a hosting standpoint, this is where I would say, this is where you can get the conversation going. You talk to people in the crowd, see what they think, and when they're ready, hit start vote. When you hit start vote, you'll see that timer going across the top. You got 10 seconds to vote. Just if people are asking, it sends it to the phone, and the timer is actually happening on the phone. So all their points are based on their local thing. So if it's a second ahead or below, or if they got a slow connection, the phone's actually sending the points to the computer. So even if they're on a slower connection, or if they get it a second late, it will send the proper vote back to the game. Phones are smart like that. So then when you're done, give it a second, let everything settle, and then you can hit show results. Nobody voted there. I shouldn't have done that. I'm a bad demo person, but you can see that's the results there. And then you're gonna hit show leaderboard, and that's gonna animate over to the leaderboard, and you'll see the population. Now, just so you know, from a flow standpoint, you can see it's very straightforward. If you're on a Stream Deck, you're hitting the space bar, or it's really simple. You're hitting those 5 buttons, easy to host, easy to set up. Some things to remember. If you do want to go into Battle Royale, you can only access that, because you'll see these buttons will be grayed out. You can only access that from the leaderboard. So from the leaderboard, you can only click winner, and you can only go to the Battle Royale mode from the leaderboard. Once you've asked the next question, you're finished that question before you can announce a leader or go to Battle Royale. So so you can see I can either click next button or winner. Those options are all available here. But as soon as I hit next button, winner is, I can't click winner anymore. And actually Battle Royale shouldn't. Oh, well, it does jump right over there. So I guess even if you mess up, Brian fixed that. Okay, fantastic. So you can just jump right over. You will see the animation does skip a little bit, so you can do that. Let's try that again. So, but now I can't go back. Next question. Okay, but I can't go back. Okay, good to know. That works out fantastic. So even if you've messed up, you can still hit Battle Royale. Okay, as far as like trivial names, you're not seeing them here because that little tool Brian it only sends regular names. But what trivial names is that's a feature we have that it allows you to, the game will just generate fake names. And if you've got a bunch of middle schoolers, or if you got some people who might put some curse words in that name and you want to make sure you kind of filter that, if you turn on trivial names on, then that's going to have fake names for everybody. They will see their fake name at the bottom of their, at the bottom right down here, at the bottom of their game screen. They'll see their fake name. But it also is kind of fun if you're with a crowd of people, sometimes even with adults, sometimes people, they're embarrassed that, say you've only got 15 people playing and someone's embarrassed, they don't want to be in last place. If you have fake names turned on, no one knows who's losing. And so it's a fun way to kind of take the edge off, make it a little bit kinder to people who are a little afraid to show how not good they are at trivia questions. Even though this isn't trivia, it's just a kindness. Okay. A couple other things I'm going to point out real quick. This majority rules, this game title, this is what shows up at the top of the when you're logging into the ccg.buzz. This helps let you personalize it. This is the only customization for this game. Some of our games have lots of customization. You can only customize like the game title right there, and it just lets people know that they're at the right game. You can put your company's name or your event name or whatever you're doing right there. You just hit update. And then down here at the bottom, we have this quick button. And like what you can do is you can hit edit list, type in whatever you want, like game starts or hello, or send some stuff. And what that does is whenever you hit send, it actually, Oh, I gotta select a message. So select the message, then hit send, and you'll see it pops up on their screen right there. So you can actually send messages to everyone playing if you want to. It's a fun little thing Brian added onto it. I think it's hilarious. I don't know the full feature functionality of it, but it's super fun and kind of ridiculous. But it's a way to kind of talk to your people. Finishing out the UI real quick, we got some music sliders across the bottom. So if you we have the music is on one, and then the sound effects are on the other. So the reason we do that is just for that very reason. Sometimes you want to play other music, or if you want your music a little bit softer, but you want those sound effects to really pop, so you can keep those turned up nice and loud. Then music, reset game, you can see that's going to just kind of clear everything back off if you want to keep on going. And then once you are in the middle of the game and you've asked a question, let me go back over to here so you can see what's going on. If I hit, if I ever start a game, start a question, I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have started that yet. I can hit clear question, it will back it back up, and then so it gives you a chance to kind of, whoops, didn't mean to do that. So that is that's Majority Rules. I hope you love it. It's super fun to play. I played it last week in California. It was a blast. We had so much fun. It was great. Hopefully on the website you'll see like some videos of that, or tutorial videos or something of us playing it, but it was super fun, super great. So hope you love it, hope you have fun, and if you have any questions, let us know. But enjoy Majority Rules. Head to crowdcontrolgames.com, download it, and start having fun. All right, we'll see you guys next time.